Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is the last day of July. You guys sent some wonderful questions. There's Lulu. She's actually lost weight from this angle. Doesn't look like, but she's lost weight. Slowly but surely, you guys. So before I get into the questions, I want to tell you, there was a couple of things that happened. One, I was talking to a friend who didn't know me that well. And somehow I mentioned about, what I went through in my life with a violent father and an angry mother who was mad that her mother had died and was raised in a convent, orphanage, etc. And he said to me, it's so interesting because you seem like such a bright, generous, kind person. It's interesting that you say this was part of your life. And yes, and I, of course, thank you. Thank you for those compliments. But yes, I am that person now, but I also figured out in all this madness, because the more you suffer, the closer you can be to the force beyond. I have been sort of, I can't say saved, like I'm saved, hallelujah, because I wasn't born in religion or understood religion. But I'll tell you, that veil of conditional mind that happened with me, because when you're always thinking, you're not present. When you're always going, I talk to you guys till I'm blue in the face. That's why we try the breathing, etc. But our form identity based on our past can bring us down, or we can use that to disconnect. So you don't have to be that form identity. That's that human energy. But an omnipresent force brought you here, and you're part of this whole realm of human beings. And what's happening right now energetically, there's more of us than there are of the real negative. The most unconscious person right now, I could say, would probably be Donald Trump, because it's always about him. Always. He's always going in his mind. And he really reacts out of ego. And I know what that feels like. But if you could possibly, I'd love to one day, I'm writing this book right now, but I would love to be able somehow to have some sort of school for our youngsters to teach them about actually disconnecting from all this craziness. Because even in this craziness, with these horrible things happening, 9/11, for me, it started when I was a little girl. John F. Kennedy died, Robert Kennedy, Martin Luther King, 9/11, and then, which will be our anniversary is coming up pretty soon. And then there's this disconnect and this absolute fight or flight we've all been experiencing. And then this Donald Trump energy came in and really blew us out of the water. We found a camaraderie within each other. And being that my guides are really smoking, there was a reason they brought us all together. And I think part of it, because today they were really talking to me, part of it is so we can all chit chat about how to become within, to go past that veil of your own collective consciousness. I'm going to give you an example. Somebody made me this beautiful turkey wing with the buffalo. Okay. Now, I want you just to look at this buffalo. Just look at it. Look at the buffalo. And now stop. In that moment of looking at the buffalo, would you say that you were in thought, or were you just focused? That's your key right there. Your focus, your ability to just, like I tell people with the breathing, it's like you're looking at a vista, a beautiful vista, and that overwhelming feeling of connection, of knowing that there's something greater than this, because there is. You're not identified, even though you're a beautiful, special, universal form that was supposed to be here. And I read for people that have way worse backgrounds than me, have suffered so bad, you wonder how they're still breathing. But when they were able to disconnect and not make that the reality, it sounds psychotic, but honest to God, it saved me in the drama that I went through, because I always felt something was looking after me, even as a little girl, when I was so scared in that fear mongering that my household had. Some people react differently. I have a brother who got very angry. He's, he went off the deep end. So, so discover your essence identity, okay? And that energy form doesn't have to be the Christ consciousness. It could be Atman, the Buddhist nature. It's for real. It saved me. It's for real, you guys. So do the present moment practices. Eckhart Tolle is, he has a whole bunch of stuff on YouTube. Check him out. But it shouldn't be that much work, but the thing is, and Eckhart Tolle said this, and I totally agree with it. Sometimes when we're so busy thinking, it's almost like a drug. It's like a habit, just as bad as smoking or drugs. It's something you can't seem to get out of. Because a lot of us in our thought process, we were just constantly going in our own ego to identify our own human self. And we didn't want to we wanted to make our own reality. We wanted to have that. You just keep going. I remember my dad used to talk to himself all the time. You'd hear him talking to himself. So he was always in thought. And thought is fine. There is use for thought, but continual back-to-back thinking, even judging. He was talking about this guy. He was at some market and he took off his shirt. And he said the guy had an Adonis body. I was like, ding dong. And he said, some people couldn't look at him. Some people did glance his way. And there would have been all kinds of thoughts on that. Like, look at this beach bum. Or who does he think he is? How us humans are always, And then there's people like me who would have said, damn, hello. Appreciate who you are, It's really something I wish we could help our children with, just to take those times off of like a vacation for yourself. You don't have to go anywhere. You just have to get out of your own way. Okay. So I talk about this till I'm blue in the face, but this veil of the conditioned mind, it's a fine line. And listen, once you pound through that, like I did, I still have the ego. I say you still battle with certain things, but let me tell you, it has saved my life. Okay. Nothing like cancer to wake your happy butt up. So Gail says, going back to earth consciousness, Gail says, I feel this will be all behind us soon. I feel it's Trump's fall that will be in the end. It's crazy, but I'm calmed for that reason. It's just my thoughts, or is there something to this? Thank you, Linda, for showing me the way. Thank you, Gail. Well, I didn't really show the way. I'm the conduit with these masters over here that said, hey, mark my words, he's going soon. Now, we can't get into the details of, that SOB, I hope he goes to jail. I hope they throw away the key. Remember I told you, because at one point in time, even me was like, watch this. And they said, Linda, be careful. Because in our anxiousness and anger in our thought process towards him, we create a resistance. It doesn't hurt him, it hurts you. So just allow all this to take place, because thus far, my guys have been pretty right on. And don't forget, I saw him being kind of taken off the books of being a president. And something else I said a while ago, I don't know if some of you guys remember, but I said that I felt like at some point in time, they would be finding out he didn't give that money. His paycheck, remember, I'm giving it to, I know the last 6 payments he didn't give. It was on something. That's okay. You don't have to give. But it's so unappealing for, like, to say you've got this great benefit for disabled children or vets, and then take the money and keep it. That's him. They're like the lower forms of these things in the world that are just trying to suck up whatever they can get. So I can give you a yes on that, Gail. No, it's not cray cray. It's not cray cray. Jean asked about Ghislaine Maxwell, and yes, I try not to go into her. I'm not feeling it's very good. And I see her giving up some information. She's furious at Trump, though. She was hoping he was going to give her a pardon. But there is a connection, but it's not really her. It's because of the other one that is no longer with us. So that will play out. I'm not quite sure when. It might even be after this whole thing with him in being president and trying to trying to cause an insurrection. And money is really huge with him. I'm going to tell you, we're going to find out a lot. Now, listen, they said turn those taxes in, but I do see him fighting it. It might even go to the Supreme Court, but they're going to end up getting it. It's because they're going to find out that he was taking, while he was president, money from other nations, etc. Let me tell you, there's a lot to be seen. Oh, I just got a hit. They want me to tell you, even Vladimir Putin will give under the table some information. That's interesting. Why would he give that up, I wonder? Maybe just to watch Trump get in trouble. There's that real evilness with him. Okay. Will the COVID vaccination be safe for kids under 12 when they are available? I heard yes. I heard yes. There's always going to be a few people that get sick with any vaccine, but I heard yes. Actually, they may do better than adults, actually. Okay. Will Biden finish his term? Jean, I've said this before, and I kind of worried a little bit, but I see him finishing his term and running for a second term. If he gets through and he'll win. But if he gets through the second term is where I'm wondering. I'm getting tired of all the avoidance about student loans. Letta just said this. Yes, the administration has helped the defrauded and special needs. However, what about everyone else that are truly unable to pay their student debt? Why are they lying to the general public? Will they extend the current deferment? I see a forgiveness of a nice chunk. And let me tell you, there's people within the administration that are being talked to by outside entities. Some people feel like they can't move forward because they are being like the people who did the loans. But I see it turning around. I'm so sorry it's not happening right now. Even more deferments. It's like there's so much on their plate. They'll get to it though. I see Biden talking to someone. I don't know if he already put someone in charge, but I see him talking to somebody. Todd said, with the statements made this week by the DOJ, are they just sending a message to the GOP, don't come running to us for protection? Or are they setting themselves up to really start pursuing and prosecuting sedition charges against some of these people? Both. Both. And I'm going to tell you, they're going to jump off the ship like rats. So much stuff is going to happen. By the way, we did get a death. We did get a death. Hold on, let me tell you. Remember I told you there was a death coming. I didn't know if it was a senator or what. And he was real famous. He was in there for years. And his name is Carl Levin. His face looked familiar to me. Carl Levin, we did get a death. So I saw that yesterday. And I also see, I'm so sorry, but I do see some ruckus, some sort of hate thing, even at some sort of rally. I see that. They're so desperate to hold on and they're losing their ability to hold on. And by the way, the woman that's running for senator, the blonde haired with the glasses that was drunk, that was testifying with Rudy Giuliani. Remember, he kept cutting gas and she didn't make any sense. Well, she did this video that this vaccine is the end of the world and blah. She's not going to win. Okay. And listen, I want to tell you something else. A lot of people who own restaurants and stuff in Florida are saying that since they started insisting that you have to have the vaccine or proof of that you aren't sick, that their clientele went up. You know, so like they're saying, a lot of people have to sneak behind closed doors and get the vaccine so they don't get the disapproval of others. But I like this. I like this. So, it's both, Todd. Fave said there was a man standing in the window at the Capitol on January 6th who appeared to be signaling someone in the crowd. Who was it? I feel like it was either someone who worked for the congressperson or there's a congressperson. All this is going to come out. I'm so surprised they're just moving so slow. I'm so sorry, you guys, but this stuff is coming out. Oh, now my ears are ringing. Okay. Patricia wants to know, does Liz Cheney is she totally interested in finding out the truth about January 6th, or does she have additional motives? Well, she can't stand Jim Jordan and all of them, and she knows they were part of this, and her motive is to show exactly what happened, and it's so unbecoming as an American. You know, you may not agree with her politics, but she is standing up to it. And I also feel her dad was the other day, and I hadn't told you guys yet, I'm not feeling Dick Cheney feeling all that good. So I don't know if he's having a hard time. Like, they're not going to announce daddy's sick, but I feel like, you know, he's gone through a lot. But I felt, because sometimes I see her talking to him, but I feel he's very weak in his response. Okay. Okay, bad kitty. Bad kitty. The Department of Justice released notes on Trump's call to Rosen. In the notes, Trump named 3 lawmakers working with him to overturn the election. Absolutely. Jim Jordan, Ron Johnson, and Scott Perry. Yep. Will this information have any impact on MAGA voters? Now, let me tell you something, okay? Don't get upset. But Trump lying and cheating and trying to cause this sedition, isn't what his supporters think is any big deal. He's already forgiven about this, including these people. They'll think that at least they fought for Trump, okay? So, but the people that know better and I don't see a huge flux of what do you call them, maggots, whatever they call them. I don't see a huge Trump. I don't want to call them maggots either, but I don't see a huge amount of them saying, oh no, this guy's no good. Here's the deal. The ones with the money are going to step aside. So as this comes open, his down home people that love him and adore him like a rock star, no, it's not going to affect them. But the people with the money, there's going to be a lot of stuff about people with money that helped with this sedition, this is the part where they start scrambling away. Like, oops, get away. So they'll still have people that like them, but it's not going to be that grand. I see Jim Jordan in trouble. Delta variant, will there be another soft or hard lock? JJ asks, and you know, a lot more people are getting vaccinated, but I see a soft lock mask again Listen, I wore a mask anyway. So whatever, I'll do whatever I have to do. Will the eviction moratorium ending? Do you see massive homeless crises? Now listen, there's a lot of money that was sitting for this COVID to help people with evictions at millions and millions, 92 million or something. But I see them taking that money and using it towards helping people get into other places. But I do see people with children being on the top of the list. But yeah, there'll be an exit. You know, there's a lot of people I know that own like a home, and I don't know what the law is on this, but there's people I know that if someone couldn't make the payment on the rent, it would destroy them. They basically live off the payment. But I feel like all this will filter out. It is going to cause homelessness, but I see all these people coming in and taking information and helping them to get into another place. They're telling me to tell you guys not to worry. It's going to work out. It's going to work out. And you know what? They couldn't give another reprieve. Go ahead. Because the people that own the properties are struggling too. So they want it to be clean. Here's the deal, that these people will be kicked out or evicted, and that goes on their record. So good luck getting another place. That's why I feel they're going to help them. But it's not Armageddon, okay? Brooke just said, I'm in Florida. I'm so sorry. And Governor DeSantis just blocked all schools' ability to require face masks for kids this fall. We are all in the red down here with cases climbing daily. What will the outcome be? Well, people are going to get sick. Children are going to get sick. And just watch what happens. DeSantis is going down. He thinks he's king for a day. And Disney and the Publix and all those people are saying, no, you got to get vaccinated. Well, at least the higher. They need, you know what's interesting? They did the administrative. Anybody who works for Disney has to get, but not for the people on the ground, which is interesting. Because what? They're just minions that we don't have to worry about them. I don't know what that means. But I do see, I see DeSantis screaming and nobody listening. So slowly but surely, he's going to be kind of like McCarthy, like blah, blah, blah. And then slowly but surely, you know, people are like, even the ones who thought good, don't tell us what to do. They're going to act like they don't know him. Like, what's that smell in the room? The show said, will the 1-6 commission really get some members of Congress removed versus just a slap on the wrist? That's a good question. Will the January 6th commission really get some members of Congress removed? I see Jim Jordan. I'm not seeing the commission able to remove them, but they put like this black tar on them with feathers to where people don't want them around because they're underhanded. But I'm not seeing the actual commission. They're going to do stuff. And I'll tell you, if people don't testify, there will be arrests. Okay. So don't worry about that. Okay. Sharon said, with reference to quakes, there were some good sized ones happening in Peru, etc. But in reference to quakes, what do I see for Costa Rica? Yeah, Costa Rica is going to get a little bit of a break as far as quakes is concerned. So just know that. A little bit of a break. But I'll tell you, we're still going in the north and the south. Okay. Remember, I always said the north, north, or the south. And then 2022, I'm seeing in the middle of California. Yes, Becca Lynn said a less selfish question. I'm very brokenhearted about how divided we are as a country. Do your guides see us becoming one nation anytime soon? Yeah, this is all Putin's deal. He loves this. He loves that people are just so enthralled with Trump, really ready, willing, and able to. They said, I'd rather be Russian than be a Democrat. So what does that tell you? And unfortunately, a house divided cannot stand. So I had asked my guides, what in the world? Because he's gone now. Trump isn't president, but he's like this festering sore that won't heal. And he's creating madness. Something's going to shut him up, okay? Either he's going to go down in a court system or a health system or something. Something's going to shut him up, and that's when the healing will begin, okay? I'm sorry. And then we'll look back on this like we did McCarthyism. Like, what were people thinking? Okay. Yeah, Sandra said, my kid will be homeschooled, period. Florida governor is a child killer. Yeah, he doesn't care. Oh, he bragged about his children out there with no masks. Just wait till one of his kids gets sick. It's very sad. Some of these are the same question, asking again. Yeah, Karen, I know we're running out of water, California, Sweden, Oregon, and other places. I do see water. I do see a good size with the clouds opening up. Look at Arizona. They were really bad. And then they got these monsoons from hell. In fact, my friend who runs that Mago resort, they had big time monsoons where the roads were washed out. But yeah, we're very lucky right now because I live in a very hot area. It can always be 100 degrees. We have only been 70s, 80s for July. I think we had 100 day. And then right now for the next couple of weeks, 80s, just beautiful. So we're going to get a little bit of a break. Yeah, Linda, that's very, Linda Werner, she said, presidents must communicate and interact with foreign powers. But will Trump be found to be an undeclared foreign agent? Absolutely. And also the foreign agents help get him into office. He's not a true president. Oh, you guys, I get so many nice comments too. Yeah, Jean, I do see Medicare paying for dental. I do see that happening. I wouldn't doubt by next year. Okay. A decent, because you gotta be able to take care of your teeth, so my son has a good job, but they don't have dental. Will Fox News ever get rid of Tucker Carlson? When Trump goes down, Tucker Carlson will too, and that other guy. It's so weird because it's almost like people are saying, well, I don't know him. Like, almost like, well, if you look at what he did, he didn't really do anything. Like there was a guy that I read that said he's actually a Trumpster. I said, what exactly is it about him that you like? And he said, well, he gets things done. I'm like, really? What, like the wall, like healthcare? Aren't you guys all excited about the new healthcare that's coming up? But I said we decided not to talk about it. But yeah, that the veil that he has all over these people, all of a sudden they start looking at him in a different way. Even though right now they don't care what the heck, if he causes sedition, he rightfully deserved to have that. More and more is going to come up that all of this was fake. All this bogus stuff is fake. And that he had help from different countries. Okay. But Tucker Carlson will go down with Trump. I see, Equus said, are Eric Princess, I don't know who Princess is, and General Michael Flynn going to do time? I do see Flynn doing time. And Eric's going to be in some trouble too. Definitely. I don't know about time, but I see Flynn doing time. A lot of questions about Florida. Rosemary wants to know, will there be more stimulus coming? And I think I've answered that before. I'm not feeling until maybe even 2022. I do see this New Deal giving a lot more jobs and helping people get trained to work and stuff like that. So I do see a lot of people coming out of poverty. And also pay. The pay is going to be better. I was just looking at, what's that, In-N-Out Burger? And they're starting at almost 18 an hour, and then it goes up to 23, which still isn't that much, but considering, sure is better than $7 an hour. Let's see. Okay. Nancy says there's a lot of chatter that Jared is talking to FBI, trying to get a deal as the walls close in. What do you see? Jared. He's the one that I saw going to jail. Do you guys remember? He's one of them that could possibly be in a jumper. What do I see? Jared. Guides, help me. What do we see? Is he talking to yeah, he's talking to somebody. Plus I got to tell you, we're really filtering out those Trumpsters that are within the DOJ and the FBI. There's a lot of them still in there. And a lot of police departments and stuff still are Trumpsters. What will happen is Trump just starts melting like the Wicked Witch of the West. And they're like, oh, I don't know who that is. Jared Kushner will, but the one who's really going to squeal is Ivanka. I see her just doing anything she can. I'm not seeing Jared squeal and on his deck. He's trying to act like he knows what he's doing. He's trying to talk to them and be reasonable, maybe throw some nuggets out there, but they're not going to have it. Joan says, tomorrow's August 1st. When is Trump going to be indicted? Well, that's the problem. Time frames. I can't guarantee time frames, you guys. I mean, sometimes I'll smell it before it happens. Sometimes I'll say, oh, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. I see a little bit more violence around, people doing weird stuff. That's heartbreaking. See more people getting vaccinated. Somebody said in France, they said if you have to be vaccinated to go to the restaurants and the bars, bottom line, and they had a flux of people. So Joe Manchin, a plant for Republicans to stop Democratic process. He's definitely worried about the Republicans. And he went to an event to get money because he was a Democrat. The Republicans were fattening up his bank account. So yeah, he doesn't come in with clean hands, you guys. And we'll find out more about that down the line. But he's no magical, wonderful person. I don't know about being a plant, but he definitely follows orders. Arlene said, love your hits. Thank you. Which album was that? Oh yeah, Serenity wants to know, with Tennessee Governor Bill Lee. Nope, he will not be reelected. He will not be reelected. I just heard that it's clear as day. Oh, Becca wants to know about the laser treatment. So next Wednesday, I thought it was Tuesday, but it's actually next Wednesday, I'm having something they call Fraxel, and it's a laser treatment, and it hurts like a SOB. I've had it a couple of times before, and my face is going to blow up like a nickel balloon. Well, it's all ego based, but it really gives a renewal to your face. And I was telling people about it. I'm getting ready to have this, so I'll be off the grid for a few days because I won't be able to see. My eyes will be all swelled up. But she wanted to know more about it. It's called Fraxel, Fraxel, and you can Google it. But it hurts. It hurts. It's funny how what women will go through. And it's all ego-based, so yeah. Why did the GOP believe the insurrection would succeed? They were having meetings. Remember I told you that I saw him talking to the good old boys and all that? They were having meetings and they were planning this. They were hoping, and somebody even mentioned the pipe bombs, and I feel that very strongly. Like if those pipe bombs had gone off and caused chaos, he would have declared martial law and just taken over. We were so close, you guys. He was going to cheat. Oh my God, he was going to cheat. He can't believe he didn't, his devious plan didn't work. By the way, he didn't come up with this. Might have been Putin or somebody. I feel somebody else was telling him, this is what you're going to do. But so many people are going to go down because of this, especially the money people. I saw DeJoy, Carol. I saw DeJoy leaving in September. Now, time frames are good. He's definitely going. For some reason, I'm seeing September. Barbara wants to know, when you see or find money on the ground, how do you know who it is? It doesn't always have to be somebody. Sometimes it's just somebody dropped some money and it's on the ground. Usually those little things like dimes and pennies can be family in your house and stuff. Like, you didn't have no dimes or pennies and they show up suddenly over here or there. They can do those as a way of letting you know they're okay. Jennifer said, had to put my pup down unexpectedly today. Oh God, girl, I know that's just awful. Do they hear us in our grief? Absolutely. And they tend to be close to you. When my dog, Moochie, I had to put Moochie down. It wasn't very long after that. I felt the dog on the bed. I could sense the dog walking down the hallway. And even when I bought this house and moved here and I brought Lulu home, there's Moochie walking down the hallway. I haven't seen Moochie in a while, but yeah, they're around. And that's what those deceased on the other side tell me. Oh my God, tell them that the dogs are here too, or the cats. Tia, why did the Biden administration not extend the federal moratorium on evictions? Because the moratoriums that they had done, and the number of unemployment isn't horrible like it was. They were really hoping that people could sort it out. But I see them taking the money that they have, the 92 mil, and going towards helping, because now people are going to be evicted. So they need help getting in another place. But so many people lost everything, even business owners, not just people that, were workers. It's the people that own the places. It's really sad, you guys. It's really sad. Somebody's saying to me right now that they feel that Texas will turn blue. I think I've said this to you guys before. Wait for it, I heard. Yeah, I guess people don't like that governor and stuff, so they're about ready to change it all. And painted Cherokee, yes, I just got done talking about, but Trump's tax returns will be seen. There's a lot of stuff behind that. Remember, money was a big thing for him. And there will be a prosecution. for what he's done. So don't worry about that. When, I don't know. He might take it to the Supreme Court, but he's going to lose every step of the way. Linda, why are we all so physically tired? I've talked to so many people and we have no energy and we are tired all the time. And me too, girlfriend. It was up to me, I'd probably just sleep all day, but I have to work on this book. But I can't help but wonder, and a lot of ringing in the ears, you know, look at that, an 8-point-something earthquake. There's going to be a couple of more coming up, and it might be out in the ocean. But I just feel like energetically after Trump and all this chaos, and this is when it's very important to start focusing. Look at the buffalo. Take a deep breath, release, and stop. Just take those moments to be connected with your higher self, with that beautiful energy that's always there, always willing to fill you up. But yeah, physically, everybody's going through this. They're exhausted. I mean, this is so weird. In my life on this earth, we're actually going through a plague. I mean, it's sad. God, who can forget? It's as bad as 9/11. Who can forget all those bodies being put in those refrigerated trucks? Those kind of things linger. Jared again. Yeah, Peggy, I feel like that guy's going to show his butt and try to arrest these people. It's just such a bad look. So don't feel bad when we start arresting their people for not testifying coming up. Oh, Matt Gaetz is going to prison, so don't worry about that. Oh yeah, somebody said, Kim Bullock said that she read a story that Mark Meadows said they're holding cabinet meetings at TFG's golf joint in Bedminster. Yeah, let's pray for Biden. They can't knock off Biden and Kamala. And if they knock off Kamala, it'll be Nancy Pelosi. When he's saying that cabinet stuff, it felt like he was throwing things out there. Like their wannabe cabinet. Like he's saying stuff to make other people think, oh yeah, we got this, send money. We got this. We're on the road to success. It doesn't feel like there's a real game plan at all. Don't forget, you can't start a civil war in this energy form because we have tanks and planes. I mean, there's no way other nations would come in to help us. So, what? Patricia said, will the Republicans, Governor Stitt, be allowed to not give the money that Biden approved for the Oklahoma to have for their families in order to survive? He says he will not be giving no Oklahoma residents any money just because Biden left it up to the Republican governors to do the right thing. He should have known better. He knows of their corruption with Russia and others. So why would he put that kind of responsibility in the hands of careless people? Oh, so you're saying Biden should have known better. But let me tell you, the people that need the money, they also know how to vote. It's like I told you guys, one of the reasons Trump won, besides this horrible virus, is because, you 800,000 federal employees, you don't need a 2% cost of living raise. Or, he or these states saying, you don't need your extra $300 unemployment check. No, we're not allowing it. What makes you think your people were going to vote for you after you pull this stuff? So Stitt is just digging his own grave, okay? It sure is mean and cruel, and it's pissing people off. Okay. No, Lauren Boebert is not the person who planted the pipe bomb. No, it wasn't her. I know what you're saying, but it wasn't her. VOR wants to know, does Thurgood Marshall have anything to do or to say to us from the other side? Thurgood, sir. God, he was smart. Thank you. He just said, I'm honored to talk to your people. It is very sad what's going on right now. Oh, standing with him, I just looked at a saying he said is, it's way after his time, but Ulysses S. Grant. I just saw Ulysses S. Grant. I guess I better let him talk too, but we want to talk to Thurgood too. So this man was a tall man in a physical appearance. He's working hard over there to help out for the racial divide. What's happening is the white supremacy is getting, there's still a lot of them, but they are slowly but surely dying off, and they're desperately trying to be relevant. Are the white supremacy people also against the vaccine? Because I saw several men in a bed crying about not getting a vaccine. Why would he show that to me? Like people thought, oh, I should have done the right thing. Yes, all this will start to calm down. This COVID thing will pass too, he's telling me. I almost feel like it'll be like a flu shot every year. It's almost like the people who refuse to look are being filtered out, like energetically. There's less of a voice behind them. So they're not dealing with the reality that we're an integrated nation. They just can't. They seem to think that they're superior. They've always thought they were superior. Even when the black man got the vote and started having places in Congress and having towns that were, everybody had a place, they went down there and destroyed them. It's just awful. There's such an ugliness there. And their ego purpose is to, it's to know, here's what he's telling me, is to know you cannot remove any person of color or different nationality. They're here to stay. You cannot remove them. And they're just as qualified as these people who think they're special. That's where they miss out, is that they think they're better than others. So they fume of this anger and anxiety, and there's no peace for them. That's what he said. No peace for the unrest. And there's a lot of anger on other sides too, towards, looks like my mom was always angry. So, okay. Hold on. I don't know why there's a dog. There's a dog near Thurgood. He's hanging out over at the, over at the Supreme Court. You got issues in the Supreme Court too, he said. And these are not very good people. Kavanaugh's really getting ready to take a fall. But Kavanaugh's actually trying to go on the straight and narrow and go only with the Constitution. He's not going to do anything where people are standing in the streets ready to pitchfork him. So, but Kavanaugh's in big trouble. Yeah, there's, it's not how it was before. There's money involved with the Supreme Court. People are getting paid off. That's not how it's supposed to be. Okay, tell me, Ulysses S. Grant, what is it you want to say? He comes in every once in a while. There's a real kindness to him. There's just, I really like him. Him and FDR, all of them. There's just this comforting warmth. And he's telling me there will be no civil war. He just said that as clear as day. The war is within ourselves, with our collective consciousness and us getting out of our own way. Remember what FDR told me, that when we come up with something, you know how the progressives are like, we're not going to vote for this because you didn't put enough money in this. And he's saying those things don't work either. He's saying we've got to take what we can get. And then when we win more in the House and Senate, then you can add extra to it. But, you know, everybody's wanting to stand up for their rights, and we need this and we need that. Take what you can get. That's what I heard. Take what you can get. He doesn't want people to worry. This COVID, we got to say thank you. It is the awakening. I know so many people have crossed, 600,000 people in the United States alone. And it's interesting how we're not woke yet. We're not woke yet. But it's the dynamics of this plague have catapulted us into a different direction and a higher level consciousness. So know that more are with us than against us. And slowly but surely, we're getting stronger and stronger as a nation, as a peoples. I'll tell you, Biden is rocking it. Biden is rocking it. I just feel like he is. And yeah, sometimes it's like, dude, pay attention over here. And don't you love how Merrick Garland is kind of like playing it? You know what I'm saying? He wrote to Texas and said, I'm going to file a lawsuit against you suckers. Oh, that Texas guy is going down. So, you know, going down as far as he won't be voted in. I love you guys. I'm going to be on Nasty Women at 4 o'clock today. And y'all take care of yourself. And then I'll be back Sunday. We got Sterling, got a lot of fun stuff. Cheers.